My name's Richie Keel. Me and my daughter Jolie Keel run a race team, Keel Motorsports. Um, Been a lot of discussion around and people talking about reefer tire wearing out. Um, this is our fourth year. We don't know a lot. We're learning, and it don't matter how long we do this. We're gonna learn every day. But we just wanted to point out a few things that we have found out that has helped us. We're not saying we're right, your way's wrong, or anything like that, but I do know there's a balance between going fast and not wearing these tires out. And we used to wear tires out, the right front on the inside, would wear the left rear out like crazy. Um, but as we've gone along, we get in a place where we're getting faster and we're not wearing the tires out. So if we go on what a lot of people have, I've gotten discussions with, they say if you run up front, you're going to wear the left rear out, you're going to wear this out. Well, if that's the case, most of the time we don't qualify good. We're running in the back in traffic, and a lot of times we ain't but 500ths to 800ths of a second off what the leader's doing. We're in heavier traffic, so you're going to wear your tires or get them hot or whatever. So we ought to be as faster we get, we ought to be wearing the tires like everybody else, and we're not. Again, we're not experts. We're not trying to say our way is the right way, this way. This is just information we have found out. Um, Mostly what we found out would wear on the left rear and the right front has been cart setup. And also prep's got something to do with it, but mostly it's just the camera's not set right. Front end weight is a factor, and cross. Um, that's a lot of what it is. And we also found out Maxxis versus Reaper, the carts have got to be set up different. Um, and let me point this out. This is not a video of saying Maxxis is bad and Reaper's good. This is just a video talking about the problems of what people are running into about the Reaper. Everything's got its place. Maxxis has got its place. Reaper's got its place. This is not talking about Maxxis. This is apple and oranges. They're not the same tire. They're not made the same. They're not made out of the same rubber. It's just like I looked it up and just Googled. Quick Google, Maxxis is made out of natural rubber. One, two, three different other kind of rubbers that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. You go look up what Reaper's made out of is natural rubber and synthetic rubber. So you're going to have to prep those tires different. That's just, I don't know how I would say it, common sense. You're not going to be able to prep them the same. The cart's got to be set up different, plain and simple. There's going to be a lot of people with discussions that, oh no, you can do this, you can do that. Well, that's fine if that works for you. That's fine. We're just talking about what we run into. And again, and I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. We're getting faster as we go along, and we're not wearing the tires out. We're not using as much prep. We also found out the types of preps. The preps we were using on Maxxis is, in our opinion, is not good for the Reaper. We were burning the tires up. They weren't doing like they ought to. And then also running low tire pressures. You could, with a Maxxis, run a lower tire pressure in certain situations, but the Reaper you can't. But again, here we are dealing with a different tire. You can't combine what you do with a Maxxis over to what you do with a Reaper. It's apples and oranges. Another thing is cutting of the tires. There's a lot of guys that go cut them down. Well, you can cut them down to get weight off of them, but this past Saturday night, we were at Tri-County. Friday night, we always get there on Friday night. Put a brand new set of tires on a brand new set of rims. I went and scuffed and got the glaze off of them, set them on the table. Next morning, daughter got up and went prepping them just like what we normally do. And Clone 375 race, we were .037 off the leader with a brand new set of tires off the shelf. We also found out, again, we're learning about our nose weight, and our left side weight was off because when we went to add weight for the 390, it slowed us down 2/10. And we found out it messed our left side weight up because we just put the weight in the wrong place. But these, everybody's got their ways, they're set in their ways. Again, I'm not calling anybody wrong, but there's always new ways of learning things to do. You know, when something new comes out and it's made different, you cannot treat them the same as you could to others. That's on anything. But a lot of it's just what we found out is we just took everything we knew about Maxxis, threw it in the trash, and started over. Again, not bashing Maxxis, a good tire. Reason we don't run them, a lot of work and a lot of money, and we poor folk. And we don't have the time to have all these tires going through all this cycling, and then it rain, and then we don't have time for that. I run my own diesel shop business. My daughter was homeschooling. She's graduated early, and now she comes out the shop and helps me. And it's just me and her here. We don't have time for that. And we don't have the money for that. We can go buy a set of reapers, go to the track. We didn't have none. We can go right straight and go racing. We go buy them brand new at the track. Again, this is not a video of trying to speak up Reaper and say Reaper is the best around, blah, blah, blah. We're just talking about Reaper itself and what we have found out. But it's all about a balance of things. And it's just like the Ultramax. We're hell-bent on Ultramax. We love them. It's not a better chassis than anybody else's. All chassis are good. It's just like what you like. If you like Ford or Chevrolet, Dodge, Toyota, that's the same thing. It's what you feel comfortable with. But we have found out the Ultramax is kind of like the Reaper. You can't set this cart up like you can any other ones. It's totally different. So that's the kind of mindset we've gotten. We do all our own stuff. We do our own cart setup, seat mounting, everything that gets done to these carts gets done in-house, tires, whatever. Build our own engines, build our own clutches, everything. The only things that we pretty much outsource is when I build my engines, I get Wayne Hunter with Hunter Enterprises. He does me an excellent job. And for no more engines would I build, and the price he charges me, there's no need for me to go buy thousands of dollars worth of tools to do heads when I can go pay him to do it. And he's done everything that I've needed done. And then when we go to the track, there's one person, I'm not going to mention his name, but when they're there, he'll come ask us what we're running, what gear, tire pressures, because they pretty much run about what we run. And we do the same thing. We bounce information back and forth between each other. And then we take that information and see if it works for us or if we need to tweak it a little bit. But, when you go ask somebody for advice on something, if you're running a race team, you need to go ask questions if you don't know. But you also need to familiarize yourself with how all this stuff works, because if you can't go and ask somebody for advice and do exactly what they say. Every driver's different. Every cart's different. There's a lot of different situations. You really need to go learn what does what. When we first started this adventure, I borrowed a cart from my brother. My daughter liked it. At the end of the year, she said she wanted to keep doing it. So I told her she better get off her butt and learn these carts inside and out. She knows what caster, camber, she knows everything inside and out what this setup does. And this is just our 4th year. It's because she sat down and studied. She got that book that you can buy. What's the name of the book?
Spring Oval Kart
Yeah, the oval
Technology.
cart book. That's where she started at, and just learning. She's learned how to use the Micron. Now that's one area that I know what the data is. I know what it means, but as far as how to get to it and all that stuff, I couldn't tell you. That's something that there. When I first bought the thing, I'm like, why in the world is a tax $600? Well, now I can see why. I hope they don't get this high, but if it was $1,000, I would buy one. It's got a lot of information in it. So if you take upon yourself and take the people you trust, get the information from them, but learn. Don't rely on what everybody else says. They're not in your cart. You've got to go learn this stuff. There's nothing wrong for asking for advice, but if you want to go and quit having so many problems, you need to learn this stuff as much as you can. And it don't take long to do it if you're out there running like you are now, you can figure this stuff out. Um, but we're not claiming we're out here getting ready to bust everybody's tail or whatnot. But I ain't trying to sound conceited, but we are knocking on the back door on a chassis that everybody's getting rid of and a tire that everybody talks junk about. There's nothing wrong with either one of them. It's just you need to learn how to use them. We still got a lot to learn. Um, we don't go and judge ourselves on how many wins we got. We just started. We're running against people that's 20, 30 years experience possibly in the trailer, and this is our fourth year. We're not better than them or anything like that. Um, but every time we go out, our times improve. We learn something, and we get faster. We get faster. We get faster. Uh, Next time we go racing, we liable to look like crap. Who knows? But that's just racing. Some of the best ones has gone out there and win every weekend, and be the worst one out there on the track. Who knows? But anyway, with these tire situations, what do you want to do? You want to bring the camera over here?
Sure.
All right, we got Jody's gonna bring the camera. These are the tires we ran. How many laps we got on these tires?
Um,
We ran what, three, two practices, qualifying, and two
Probably about
races.
100 or so
So
laps.
how many laps you reckon?
About 100.
So these tires has got 100 laps on them, and this is the left rear. Again, we didn't have our front end set up right. Right side, I mean the left side weight was off, but that's the left rear. This is the right rear. Now we do have some edging right here, but again we were sliding. Weight, our setup won't right, but it's not war slam out. There's no problems with this. I had two people come look at these tires before I mounted them, and they looked at the sidewalls and said, "Are these are the problem tires?" I said, "Well, I don't care. We're going to run them." Here's the right front. Now, again, you got a little bit more wear in here, but again, we didn't have our cart set up right. Um, that's stuff we're learning on making these quick adjustments. The tire's not wore out. There's no tread showing. It does have some little bit more wear than what we'd like. But again, you know, we had some setup stuff going wrong. Um, we have some left rears. This left rear's got over 100 laps on it and been flipped twice. Where's all the wear at that everybody's talking about? Again, I'm not trying to put nobody down, but we're just talking facts. Everybody's running their mouth saying the tires wear out fast. And if that's the case, we should be wearing them out worse as we go along, and we're not. That's one. This one here's got about 100 laps on it. Same thing. This one here's got more. I couldn't tell you exactly. I'm just estimating 150 to 200 laps. Now it's got some wear on the edge. It's time to flip it. I usually don't let them get down that low and I flip them. But I think I skipped the flip on this one, but it's still not bad. You know. But we just wanted to kind of make a video of what we've experienced and what we've learned. And as far as for us, not calling anybody else's tire program wrong or anything like that, all of us can learn something new every day. Is pretty much, let me get my paper, is, you know, the wear on the left front, I meant the left rear and the right front. And what we found is the types of preps we've used. We've gotten away from some of them, not calling the preps bad. They work good for Maxxis, but they didn't really work for Hill of Beans for the Reaper. In our case, tire pressures and then cutting and sanding the tires. I used to go cut them down too. And it caused problems. But one of the biggest majority of thing is cart setup. We found out that we cannot go through and take a Maxxis and run it and turn around and run the same setup with a Reaper. And all this is, you might get the speed, not saying you're not. This is the subject of the tire and the tire wearing, plus being able to get speed out of it without it wearing. So I reckon that's pretty much it, unless you've got anything to add.
Nope.
All right, well, come around here and say hey. This is Jolie. She's the driver. Me and her do everything ourselves. We got a few people we ask advice about and helps us, but it's pretty much a all-in-one, just me and her doing it. We go out there to try to make sure we have one rule is go out there and have fun and be safe. That's the first rule no matter what. You go out there and don't win, we still had fun. Try to keep on that, and you'll try to enjoy yourself a little bit more. Okay. But thank you for y'all's time, and I hope what information we got can pass along and help somebody. You know, I'm not a spokesperson for Mr. Henry. I know Mr. Henry. I actually spoke to him this morning about some things. I'm not doing this for him. I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm not, you know, showing our Ultramax cart to promote Ultramax. If you like them, fine. If you don't, fine. That's up to you. I just wanted to show you what we run. But anyway, I hope it helps somebody out, and maybe it'll get you a little faster and save you some money. Have a good day.